Hey guys, what's up? It's Warrior Shrine. Man, it's been a whirlwind of a week. Can't believe how much has been announced since our episode last week. It's crazy. What's been announced? We have maybe not Cheetah. We got to the bottom of that one. We covered Cheetah and her mullet. Have you seen her mullet?
It's all right.
She's Dee Snider. She really is. It's a mess back there. I was wondering what it was back when I was talking shit about her last week, because that was our last episode, and that's what it is. I think it's the mullet that's throwing me off.
Yeah, I think us two are the only people on the Nethercast who aren't super excited about Cheetah. Or at least I'll speak for myself. I'm not super thrilled with Cheetah. I think she looks okay. Her super's awesome, but that's really about it. And her super's only awesome because it's Maximum Spider. If you take that out, Cheetah's just kind of a regular whatever.
Oh man, there's things one could say about supers. But before we do that, I should also say, hey, I'm Django. That's Tempe here, of course. But we have a guest, Mr. Down4Reality. What's up?
Hello. How goes it?
Going good.
It goes great and consistent and regular. All of our episodes are that way. What are we going to talk about? What's we have some shits that we give, we have some fucks that we don't. Which is which?
I guess we could start with Scarecrow. Am I alone? Does Scarecrow look okay to you guys? Because I think it looks fucking broke.
Well, say what you think about Scarecrow.
I don't know.
Then I'll tell you how hard I'll tell you exactly how hard I agree.
I feel like people are kind of downplaying his mobility. Not downplaying, because they're right. He is pretty slow, but I don't think he needs the speed. He can kind of do whatever he wants from mid-range and outside of mid-range. As a matter of fact, I think it's better if he's outside of mid-range, because he can just, unless they have, like, insane zoning tools, which some characters do, to be fair, he can just kind of do whatever the fuck he wants. And if he gets mid-range, he's got a good chain combo, that in theory he can cancel into a safe special by holding back and creating artificial push block. I don't think any other character can do that in this game or the previous Injustice. So, and if he confirms the hit, if he realizes you're not blocking, he can just meter burn into a combo. And then after he has the life lead, he can just kind of do whatever the fuck he wants again. So I don't know. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? What do you think?
He looks alright to me, I suppose.
Okay, let's try this, Red Man. I'm Scarecrow, alright? You're fucking whatever you want to be. Let your dreams be dreams. So I'm fucking at the mid-range, and I'm doing my forward projecting all mid chain combo. What are you doing?
Push block, maybe?
Okay. You lost a bar meter, and we're still at neutral. So I don't understand. Like, you could zone me, I guess, but again, like, all I have to do is dash into mid range, which I know, again, that is not easy. But I have a teleport too, so on a read, if I know you're going to do a zoning move, even if you recover in time, I'm right up in your grill again. So,
true.
I mean, teleports are not perfect. Like, teleports are generally not the safest thing, except for MK9 Raiden. I always got pissed off when people told me, like, oh, dude, you have 10 frames to punish it. What's wrong with you? I'm like, fuck you.
10 frames? I played online. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, no.
Scorpion is totally cool in Injustice 1. You can totally stop that shit online and everything. Yeah.
I just play footsies, bro. I mean, God, it's like playing footsies in fucking, like, a scuba gear suit in the fucking ocean. You don't do it. Like, whatever happens, and God, you can do your laundry in 10 frames of MK9 netcode. So, yeah, just, not the funnest shit. I don't know. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am about this. What's the counter strategy against Scarecrow, I guess, is my question.
Well, you know what I would do? I would pick Nightwing, and like, all my problems would just go away. I would. I'm not going to, because he's not in the game, but if I could, I'll downplay him once he gets announced for DLC, but until then, until he gets announced, I'm not going to downplay him. Then I'll downplay him. Right now, I'm totally going to pick Nightwing, and I'm going to blow you up with bullshit you can't believe I hit you with. That's kind of that's my whole game plan.
That sounds sick. That sounds like that would be fun. I hope that happens.
It's like, why did that work? That shouldn't have worked.
Well, that's what I'm excited about the beefed up netcode, because I think that was that. I always said Injustice 1 is the saltiest game ever made. I think that played a big role in that. But
oh yeah, the rage. I've never been one to rage quit. It just does it whatever. But man, that game, ooh, it was close. There's some touch and go sometimes, man. Ugh.
Yeah, and I also just fucking the juggles. Oh man, trying to juggle people underwater like that was just such a pain in the ass. Well, I put my cards on the table. I think Scarecrow, I think, looks ridiculous. Has anyone else seen one that looks absolutely dumb? That just looks extremely ridiculous right now.
This is super hard to tell, like where the dumb is, because the game's not out.
Well, I think Dr. Fate for one looks pretty ridiculous to me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. He looks very strong.
Seems like he has tons of options just everywhere.
It's so yeah. Yeah, I can see Dr. Fate having that. It's just really hard. Man, when I look at that guy though, I feel Ermac. And when I hear that guy, I hear Ermac, and when he sucks me into his chest, so he's many and I am but one, I again feel Ermac. And Ermac, he caused plenty of salt. He was called Master of Salt for a reason. I'm sure that Dr. Fate is going to be even worse.
Yeah, Ermac is still really good at MKX. Ermac is still very strong in that game.
He's still many, and I'm still one.
Yeah, very much. Very much. And, Dr. Fate, it's so hard to read that character, though. I feel like he might be someone who has all the tools but can't get anything started. Like, I feel like Doctor Strange was that way in Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate Marvel 3. Doctor Strange had all this cool shit, but it was just hard for him to get anything set up. I don't know. I don't know what Doctor Strange's go-to like.
Sounds kind of like the character too.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean that was kind of him in the comic, honestly. Like he did not get a whole lot of shit done in the comics for Injustice, which is okay, I guess. I don't know, Dr. Fate. What's up?
No, what were you saying?
Oh yeah, no, I mean just it's gonna be hard to figure out, like, because I feel like every dumb character in an NRS game always has one move that everyone kind of uses as a crutch. Like, remember when MK9 first came out and everyone was using the bomb trap with Cyrax, which was just ridiculous. It's crazy that even existed.
You remember when Mortal Kombat 9 stopped being played and people were still doing the bomb trap? Like that never went away. People found other things to abuse, but that bomb trap, for some reason, they just was like, that's not a big deal. We'll just leave that in there.
So free unblockable. It was great. Yeah, I remember Crazy Bones said that he found the jab infinite when he was testing MK9 Cyrax, and I'm just thinking back, like, good thing we found that jab infinite. These could have been so bad. Good shit, Crazy Bone. I think even Firestorm looks very strong to me. Yeah. I know he's very straightforward, but
I was gonna mention
that's going to be tough. What's that?
Yeah. I was going to mention him as well. He looks ridiculous, like super good. And it depends, like, if his burst is a really good anti-air, it seems like he has all of his options covered.
Yeah. I mean, the only reservation I have is Sinestro was supposed to be really good in Injustice 1, and at least, on day one, Sinestro was having a lot of problems, and I don't know how much of that was the community and how much of that was just later patches, but he wasn't strong in the beginning. Although I wonder, did he have that crazy-ass vortex in the beginning and we just never found it? Because that's one reason why he was so good, is he had that ridiculous, like, airblade vortex going on. And just, Cowboy made a fucking career on that vortex. And I'm wondering, was that always there and we just didn't know about it?
Yeah, I can't remember if he got, like, buffs to the air axe or whatever. I'm not sure.
Didn't Pig play Sinestro?
Oh, what's up?
I said, didn't Pig play Sinestro in that game?
Yep. He played him early on.
Yeah, he played him early on, then he talked a lot of shit and said the character was bottom tier. He started the whole never had a chance to live meme.
That is true. And then playing the win on Cowboy.
I fought that guy. I fought him once. I was able to fight him once some point. And he was Sinestro. Nice. And, yeah, that went well. Man,
you gotta give Pig credit, yeah?
Ooh, yeah, that's the thing, dude. If Sinestro wasn't good, he made him look really good.
Yeah, I mean, Pig is really good at just like decision efficiency, in my opinion. He definitely uses every part of the Buffalo when you watch him play. Like, as much as he dogs on MKX Kenshi, I loved watching his Kenshi play. It was so fun to watch. And you gotta give Pig credit, he'll fucking say a character's shit, and then he'll use them, and he'll use them for a good while. Who knows what would have happened if Zod had not been released, but, I kind of wish we'd seen more Pig Sinestro. I wish I had. Maybe there's stream footage, but... Firestorm looks really good. I think Gorilla Grodd looks okay. I mean, I don't know how safe a lot of those mobility options are going to be in the long run, but he looks strong to me. I think he looks sufficient to me.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I like the trait running through projectiles. I think that's going to be ridiculous. Even though he takes a bit of damage, it's pretty good, I think.
I'll take that damage. Against Supergirl, I would take damage all day to get past that zoning.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't see how long it lasted, but it seems like it was a good while. So, and coupled with like the jump-ins, I think he'll be all right on that front.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I want to see. Man, I wish there was some way to see some hitboxes in this game. Because fucking sometimes, man, like I think Supergirl was doing it in the beta, but it wasn't just her. Like stuff like that would hit you with uppercuts or like some kind of weird kicks or whatnot, but they would be like a quarter screen away from you and it's still juggling you. This is goofy. This is super goofy. But, maybe it won't be that way when the game comes out. It will be, but maybe it won't.
Yeah, hitboxes were just ridiculous in the first game. Not because they were janky, just because they were so good. I feel like Injustice started off with a lot of really good chain combos. With Superman's the one that immediately comes to mind. Like, what was that forward projecting chain combo?
4-2-3.
Jesus, that was...
Yeah. That was, yeah.
If you saw the hitbox on that, it would just be like in the shape of a dick. It was just so dumb, so powerful.
I want to see... I want to see those things. Like, I think almost every other fighting game now gives them to us. Like, come on, NRS. We know we're not going to make too much fun of the fucking cylinder. We know it's broken. But just show it... It's just, I want to see the cylinder. I want to see it. Come on, man.
They do need to put that option in training mode.
Because I think they are like the only ones, right? Isn't everyone else doing them now?
Pretty much.
I know Street Fighter 5 has them and KI has them. There's no other fighting games. That's it.
Well, Tekken's always been the stick in the mud when it comes to giving the players anything. Like, Harada didn't even want to give frame data out. He was like, no, you don't get frame data in the arcade, scrub, so you don't get it now. And I don't know if that ever changed. I don't know if the new Tekkens have frame data. But, he's the only one who kind of held tight to that. Everyone else is pretty good about it. Yeah.
I was just going to say MK9 certainly wasn't. But
no,
that was fucking weird. Yeah, MK9 was like, you could turn on the active body part in training or whatever, so like if it's a punch, your arm would turn red, but that is
useless.
What is that's not doing anything. I mean, you see a hitbox, sir.
Yeah, thank God for somberness. Shoutouts to fucking somberness, dude. Like, we're all like fucking just stumbling blindly, and somberness just farmed all the frame data for that game. With this janky ass, not even like not forget the netcode, but just like the way hits were programmed in the game, like with player one advantage, having to get the frame data with that setup must have been crazy. Yeah. And like he's gonna be like the most noble soul that's ever been, because he literally just showed up, farmed all the frame data, and we never saw him.
Yeah, he bailed. He's like, I'm out.
He's like,
wasn't the frame data like
left.
Wasn't it inconsistent or something though? I feel like I heard that somehow.
There was random advantage with supposedly Jax. There was still debate about that up to the very end. Because people did say no, there's no random advantage is a myth, at least with Jax's forward 3. Was it forward 3 or forward 4?
Forward 4.
Forward 4, yeah. People were like, no, it's not actual random advantage. And people were like, no, there's definitely random advantage. So, and then stacked on top of player 1 advantage. So, I don't know, like, that's a hard game. God, I wish they were, that's neither here nor there, but I do wish they would release MK9 with, like, not problems. So, yeah, I don't know, God bless
Not
somberness.
problems.
I love that game.
That wouldn't be MK9 anymore. It would be weird.
Or they'd fuck it up some other way, like Cabal would get like fucking a dive kick or some shit. Like they'd probably find some way to screw it up.
Remember that fucking game came out? People everyone came to tournaments just spinning with Kung Lao. Everyone was winning. Man, come on. It's okay.
It was ridiculous. Fucking, like, I don't know. Unpunishable 6-frame spin. Well, it probably was punishable, but
it was
like maybe by like
patches.
Yeah, that was ridiculous though. So I don't know. The demo was really revealing because I was going to main Blue Beetle. I probably still am, but that character is a lot of fucking work, and it makes me think. Like, obviously, a lot of this is going to change before the game comes out, but it gives me like a little bit of a window into what they're thinking, and they're thinking things like Blue Beetle doesn't need any damage. So I'm thinking, okay, well, if that was their mentality, even if they fixed that, even if they realized that Blue Beetle was probably a little underpowered, what else were they thinking? Because there's still a vast majority of characters who didn't show up in the beta. So I'm wondering, like, what kind of weird shit awaits day one? That's kind of what I'm thinking at this point.
It is weird, and I really want to know how many characters have tools like what Canary has to get around projectiles and zoning. I want to know if she's like the only one that has some shit to like get around that, or maybe not. Maybe that's something that more characters have to, help deal with that shit. But no, Blue Beetle certainly doesn't have that shit. It's demoralizing when you're playing against someone like Supergirl. It's like, I gotta work my ass off to get back over there where you are. Like, this sucks. You can hit me one time with the eye lasers and I'm full screen again.
I don't really understand what they were going for with that design. Like, they gave me a rushdown stance, but if I throw you, you're full screen. If I do my, I guess that little, that Pierce, that mid-screen special, again, Pierce it throws you full screen. If I get up front, it is good, and it's even relatively safe if you can space it right.
It's not good. It's not that good.
I think if it had damage, it would be good, but it's so much work. It's like if I space it right, and I connect it, great. If I space it right, and you block it, I'm relatively safe, but...
It's pretty easy to see it coming, though. I felt.
Yeah. And it's not like
if you got oh man, on block, I fucking talked about this for like an hour, I think. But if you blocked that move, he was taking a nap on the ground.
Well, if you whiffed that move, he was taking a nap. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was? Was it whiff?
Yeah, it was like a horse tranquilizer on the ground, and you were pretty much there. I don't know what the fuck happened,
but yeah, he was just fucking nap time for that guy. He was done for a while.
Yeah, you were waiting for an MRI to go through once you whipped that shit. So that was pretty bad. And I mean, I'm not honestly. I've come to the point where I'm okay if the character I choose to play is not good. I guess the older I get, the less I care about balance. I think a part of that comes with not going to tournaments anymore, but I guess I just want the game to be a lot of fun, because I'm going to be playing the game with you guys. I'm probably not going to be going to Ultra Arcade anymore, at least not in the foreseeable future. So if there's dumb shit, that might make the game better. But the problem with the dumb shit is sometimes it's boring. Like, Summoner Quan Chi was boring. It wasn't so much that it was overpowered. It just made the game significantly less interesting to me.
Yeah, well, for me anyway, yeah. Fun is always more important than balance if you have to pick one. Because, I mean, at least then you have something, like, it's fun. That's great. If it's balanced and not fun, then I'm probably not going to play it. Like, most people probably feel the same way. But, NetherRealm doesn't really have that issue, I don't think. They seem pretty sensitive to making their games fun.
Yeah, they definitely improved, and even pre-patch MK9 was a fucking blast. Like, the crazy shit you could do in that game, it was fucking Thunderdome. Like, you remember...
Yeah, that's the only... Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, that's the reason why I think NRS is the only developer that makes, like... I want to say the only developer that makes AAA fighting games. But what I really mean is, like, a fighting game that's worth a $60 price of entry.
Agreed, yeah.
And fun is a big part of that. Even if like even if a lot of that fun comes from like dopey side modes or story train wrecks or whatever the fuck else they have going on. Like they're just filled up enough to warrant that, and it's still enjoyable, even if it's not when it's not super balanced. And other fighting games kind of need to sort of do that. They don't need to. If they don't charge $60, they don't need to.
Yeah, and honestly, one of the biggest disappointments about MKX was the cool modes, the side modes that were supposed to be a lot of fun, didn't fucking work online. Like the team combat shit Yumi and Cyborg were doing in the beginning, that was a hell of a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
Like, when and if it worked, I waited an hour and a half, and I got no one inside that lobby, and it was just like, this could be really cool if it was functional. But it's not that I'm not convinced they can't make it work. I'm worried they're not going to bring it back at all, because that's the problem with NetherRealm. I feel like they always want to reinvent the wheel. So I'm hoping day one we could do some crazy like 3v3 team combat. Because I know you're getting it for Xbox. I know I'm getting it for Xbox. I would like to talk about what we want to do when we get the game. Like, what are we looking forward to doing? What's going to be like fun?
That is a great fucking thing, because we don't know what the fuck is going to be in this game. They haven't told us. Like, they've got a versus. Obviously, we've got some online modes where, like, sometimes you can play with gear. You don't have to play with gear if you play ranked, whatever. I would really like to hear some updates on whether or not you can use gear abilities, like if they're changing anything with that, how that's going to work. 'Cause that's also a big thing. You don't even know what moves are fucking hidden in that shit that could be broken as shit. It's going to be full of surprises. But no, like outside of that and the story mode that they're changing or whatever, we don't really know what else is going to be in the package. What am I buying?
Yeah.
You guys don't know what I'm buying either? Damn it.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out who to ask.
I mean, the gear system, I think I've subconsciously tried to sort of divorce myself from the gear system. Like, I try not to think about gear too much. I try to think about tiers, or I try to think about, like, tools and shit like that. Like, I thought from the trailer for Captain Cold, that ice platform shit was so tight. And
it's a Mega Man X.
Yeah, exactly. And it's gone. It's gear shit now. So to me, it's like it doesn't even exist. Like that dinosaur in Poison Ivy's trailer. I'm pretty sure that's gear. I'm almost positive that little Yoshis you can summon. That's gear.
Dino salad.
Yeah.
It's man. That's what I want to know. I wouldn't mind if that shit was able to be used like in tournament and stuff. Not the gear though. Just the abilities, because like otherwise it feels like a step back from Mortal Kombat X, where you had variations, and so they kind of opened up the metagame a little bit to strategy, and just going back to like vanilla base characters all the way through feels like a step back as far as NES games go. But that doesn't mean you take what you get with that, because that also opens the door for a lot of dumb, broken shit. So I don't know.
I'm the biggest fan of variations. Like, I know Razor and Cyborg particularly do not care for variations. I don't think Shadowloo does either. I think Shadowloo is also very critical of variations, but
I love variations. I love them.
As do I. When you try to fit every move into one move set, then you have to water some of those moves down, and that's how you have, like, fucking Sub-Zero's shitty 60-frame ice puddle. That's why that shit happens, because you can't get Sub-Zero's good puddle.
Oh, man, that was bad.
Yeah, no, it was ass. If you go through all the tournament footage for Sub-Zero MK9, I don't think you'll see that ice puddle one fucking time.
I did see... I wish I could remember who used it. It was probably Brady.
Brady used the EX trap, but like the vanilla meterless like fucking puddle. Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, no, that doesn't.
Sometimes I'd get hit by it just because I never see it, and I'd just be like, "Oh shit, what is that?"
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you might fall into that thing of like, no one's preparing to fight this character because no one's playing this character, so you can beat up with the character. The puddle definitely was that sometimes. Man, fucking. Variations were cool though, because I could clone your Sub-Zero, and your Sub-Zero had the Happy Gilmore golf swing, and it was great. There were different Sub-Zeros. I don't really want to go back to like you're playing a fucking mirror match when you're playing a mirror match. I hate mirror matches, and Variations almost got rid of those, almost sometimes.
Yeah, but we never truly played the mirror because you were always Grandmaster and I was always Cryo. So in a way, it did kind of solve the problem, and in a way, I got fucking bodied.
In a way, it was really fun, and
Yes, it was fun.
I don't want to lose it. I want to hold on to it forever. Hate mirror
that's
matches.
True. Well, I don't. It's kind of funny because we keep kind of running into the same characters. Like we both use Beetle in the demo. We're both really excited about Captain Cold. We're both really excited about Bane. So it's going to be interesting to see what characters we finally do play once we're in the arena.
It's going to be a lot of backbiting. I'm going to be like, don't fucking touch Captain Cold, and then everybody's going to play Captain Cold. Everybody seems to be hype about Cold. Everybody.
He's a
like,
pretty good character.
I know. He's like, came out of nowhere. Everybody's like, yeah, I'll fucking play Dr. Chill or whatever the fuck. Like, fucking do it. I don't think... I wonder if NRS was like... has been surprised by his reception or not.
Yeah. Maybe they were saving him for that reason.
I don't know. Even in the comics, I thought he was badass. Like, he didn't do shit except, like, serve beers at a bar, and I thought it was the coolest thing on the fucking planet.
Wait, is it Injustice comic?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I haven't read that. How far is that? When does that happen?
That's year 5. It's pretty late. It's basically after everyone escapes from the prison. Spoilers. He gets a job as a bartender, and he serves everyone really cold beers. It's the fucking greatest shit on the planet.
Well, you know, that does sound pretty good.
Yeah,
I have not. I didn't read that deep in Injustice. I forgot what year I stopped at. I stopped at some point, but definitely there was no Captain Cold. And now he's pissed about his sister or some shit. That sounds fun.
Yeah, that's also kind of confusing because a lot of the rogues aren't dead in the comics, so I don't know why they said all the rogues were executed. I did not observe that, but we'll see. Are we talking about lore again? Game.
No, I've never talked about lore except that Superboy and Red Robin are in the negative zone. I think that's fucked.
Yeah,
I mean, it's okay, but you know, it's convenient.
Yeah.
Superman was a dick in that scene. He's like, it's pretty much fatally hurt Superboy. He's gonna die unless you all go to the fucking negative zone where he won't die. You guys can live there forever or some shit.
It's so fucked up because the Joker really died like 30 minutes ago. The Joker just died, and he's already sending people into science fiction hell. Like, it's so funny to me.
It's fucked up. I'm hype as shit for seeing that Arkham Asylum scene, though, in that flashback, in that first chapter. Now that we know the first chapter is that Arkham bit.
Oh, I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, that was in an article.
I don't know where I saw that, but it was this thing. It's gonna be fun. Fucking see dick ass bitch Damien. But that means we're gonna see Dick die. It's gonna be a bummer.
It's gonna be interesting.
Hope everybody cries with these cool facial animations they have these days. Man, we're gonna be a bunch of blubbering bitches. Harley Quinn's gonna cry all over the place. It would be really cool. That guy needs to come back as a Talon, because that's what the Talons do. They fucking are undead, cool ass bird warrior. Okay, fucking stop talking about lore. God. What else are you not hype about or skeptical or whatever?
Well, we were talking about, Sub-Zero's Happy Gilmore.
Oh, okay. Well, sure,
but Scarecrow basically has Sub-Zero's Happy Gilmore, only it converts into a combo now.
Well, but that was cool because I didn't have the Happy Gilmore swing, thanks to variations, and I'm gonna be a little bummed if we both play Captain Cold and we have the same Captain Colds.
I mean, honestly, if you play Captain Cold, I'll probably go Grodd or Beetle. Unless I'm just getting bodied, which is a strong possibility. I think Cold will probably be strong when he comes out. I think a lot of characters are going to be really strong. That's kind of how they balance their games. They put as much ridiculous shit as they can, and they use the first 2 months of tournament footage to, beta test the ridiculous shit.
First 2 months? Man, those guys change shit all the fucking time. It's
oh, yeah.
Throw whatever you want that looks cool up front, and we'll fix it until we announce the next game.
They basically use Evo to QA their fucking games. It's the craziest shit on the planet to me.
I mean, when they put out a fucking online beta over a year after the games come out, those guys, they don't give a fuck. We do what we want. And hey, I am not complaining because we all wanted better netcode. And I was so happy the MKX got better netcode a year after it came out, but damn. Online beta? That long? whatever.
Yeah, well, it was a good investment, I guess, that they were already building the groundwork for Injustice.
Yeah.
Oh, did that tell you how much that cost them?
No.
I am not going to say it while we're recording. But I know how much it cost them.
I would like to know this.
I will post it somewhere. Where
Right.
I didn't say anything. Forget this part. I didn't say it. I don't know how much any of that shit costs. What? What's Huh.
Do you need me to change the subject?
You know what? Let's talk about. I don't know. What do you want to talk about? I really thought there for a second.
Poison Ivy's salad dinosaur. I kind of want to go into that a bit.
Okay.
Everyone was saying on the Twitters that like, oh, no one's gonna see it coming. No one's gonna know what gameplay style Poison Ivy is. And I was thinking in my head, I bet she's a zoner. And I don't know. Maybe you see something different, but she looks like a fucking zoner to me. So what do you guys think about that?
She looked more like a stance switch character. I'm not really sure what her stances will be, but they showed a lot of seemed like rush down stuff. Like I think she has like a command grab, maybe. I don't know if it's unblockable or not, but
well, I should be more specific. She looks like a hybrid. Like she looks like she has both.
Yeah, because she does a lot of rush down stuff, but I didn't see too much zoning aside from like the dinosaur thing.
That is funny to me though. When they say we're not going to see it coming, and she turns out to be a zoning rushdown hybrid like half the fucking cast. Like, I don't know if I didn't see that coming, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, we'll know for sure with the breakdown.
It looks interesting to me. I'm digging what I see so far.
Well, I like the design and the animation. Cyborg called that. The render didn't look that great to me, but yeah.
Her fucking super animation. I lost my shit when she went into her super. She pops it, and like 2 frames later, she's in that fucking shampoo commercial pose. She gets there so fast. Her hands are behind her head. Her fucking armpits are in your face. She just gets there really fast. It's fucking funny. Funny.
I'm watching it right now.
It's fucking funny. It's okay. You never see it coming. She bam! Shampoo commercial.
Yeah, it's
and the noise she makes, she's so passionate about it. Ha! Why do they all have to make that noise? That's a good question. Why do you... Fucking gameplay topics only. Why do they have to make that noise when they launch their supers?
No, that is a good question. I think Marvel 3 handled that the best, where when they activate X Factor, everyone has some sort of quote. But it works. Like, it's actually really cool, and it fits the character. I don't know, like... Aaron said it best, like, it's worth playing Injustice games just for the laughs, just to see all the ridiculous shit they do. For good, for better, or for worse, so...
That's fucking true, and this game is no exception. I've already seen a couple things that's just hilarious, but I don't want to change it or anything.
Yeah, I love NetherRealm games, like, I really do. Here's a question, like, with Poison Ivy, we know Cyborg wants to play her. Did this trailer sell you guys at all? Do any of y'all want to, like, sit down and play Poison Ivy? Do you want to take that bitch in the lab? What do you want to do?
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking get anywhere near this character.
I've got a big green monster already. I don't need this petite little girl.
I don't know what it is. Something about her. I'm just not feeling it. And we've talked about this before. Like, I think. No, her gameplay doesn't do anything for me either. I was gonna say something. I don't like the way she looks. I don't like the way she looks, but. Once we saw our gameplay, little bits we saw, now finally a little bit more, there's nothing there I really want to play.
Well, it's very inconclusive to me. I still feel like this character is just a zoner or a rushdown hybrid. And honestly, like, until we see the frame data, it's really hard to tell who's going to be truly rushdown in Injustice.
Yeah.
But I can't really draw any conclusions from this. I mean, I walked away from the trailer thinking purely Salad Raptor. That's all that came to mind. She has a Yoshi, which I think is cool, and she has like War Machine like plant guns over her shoulders that look suspect to me. I don't know if I dig it.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to feel from this trailer, so I kind of feel nothing, which is what I felt before. This is Cyborg's character, yeah.
she's got to be a tough character to design for, I would imagine, though, as far like design gameplay for, because like you can't have her punching people really. It's fucking weird. She's.
And with Swamp Thing on the roster, it seems like they've already given him a lot of the stuff. Where
Man, speaking of which, when you said like I already have the big green monster, I don't need this petite chick. Like it took me forever. Like I was thinking so hard, like what character is he talking about? Like I was picturing like a green Gorilla Grodd for like a good 5 seconds.
You forgot about Swamp Man?
I completely forgot about the Swamp Person.
How'd you forget about Swamp Man?
I don't know.
He's big.
Pretty big.
I don't know.
Yeah, fucking Eris. Cool. He's in there. I heard him say something about Swamp Man recently. And he was like, I didn't fucking know he was DC or some shit. That's the thing about Swamp Thing. I don't think I'm going to play Swamp Thing. I'm not expecting to. I could be wrong. I'm going to give him a try. Because I've been surprised before, but I don't think I'm going to play him. He's like he's like somebody who's like, man, that guy, we never hung out much, but I'm glad he finally got out of his mom's basement and it's come around a little bit. Like, I haven't seen that guy in forever. I saw that guy when I was a little kid on that stupid weird TV show. And he just fucking disappeared off the fucking planet. I mean, yeah, they made comics about him, but come on.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see him out and about again. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're an old man like me, like Swamp Thing was pop culture. Like, and people in my age group, you just kind of know who Swamp Thing is. Like, never mind comics, never mind DC, never mind video games. Like, it's like, are you familiar with Swamp Thing? And like, yeah. Like, I grew up with TNT and fucking, USA Television. Yes, I know who Swamp Thing is. I think maybe, like, 3 to 5 years after my, like, generation, my age group, like, that is not the case anymore. If you don't read comics, or you're not into shitty, like, 80s B movies or 70s B movies, like, you're probably not going to know who he is, which...
How the fuck... I don't even know how the fuck I found that TV show when I had to be buttfuck young. But I dug the TV show... And I had a bunch of the TV show's toys. I was all over that shit. But then, yeah, it was a drop-off. He didn't hang around. He didn't catch people's attention anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very ambitious character to put on screen. Like, I can imagine almost any other character would be easier than Swamp Thing. Because you're basically taking a dude and just covering him with all this shit and then making him act and stuff. Like, it's not the easiest thing in the world. Like, there's a lot of, like, physical makeup going on there. And they did it. They did it quite a bit, actually. And
this Swamp Thing, like, it's a good likeness. It reminds me of all the shit that I've seen. Like, they did a good job. I'm impressed because they've never been good about that until, like MKX Goro surprised me. I was, wow. This guy actually looks like Goro for the first time since the first video game. It's the same thing here with Swamp Thing. Like, that looks like fucking Swamp Thing when I think of Swamp Thing. They did a good job. His face. The rest of this shit, they gotta add shit onto because gear, but, they did a good.
Yeah, he's a little shiny looking. It's a little weird.
He is shiny looking.
Here's a question for Redman, actually. You're excited about Swamp Thing, right?
Yep.
Is that purely a story thing, or is the gameplay for Swamp Thing also doing it for you?
Well, it's like a lot to do with the story. I really like the character itself, and I've read some of the Alan Moore comics, and that's where I really started to like the character. And he was one of my top requests for Injustice 1, so I was really happy to see him.
Well, I don't want to ask yet who everyone's going to main. I mean, I've given away my choice already, but I imagine you're going to play Swamp Thing. Is he a priority, like, at least compared to other characters, or...?
Well... yeah, I think Swamp Thing's gonna fit my playstyle better than Fate because I typically like grapplers, and Swamp Thing seems to be one of the more prominent grapplers in the game. And Dr. Fate's a zoner, and I don't really play zoners all that much, so we'll have to see how that turns out. Like you're saying, like we'll have to see how much rushdown Fate actually has compared to like zoning.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think like a lot of the hybrid zoners are going to get outzoned by the pure zoners, like I would say like even like Superman, but definitely like Firestorm and stuff like that. That's really interesting too. Swamp Thing was kind of a left field for me. Even with the leaked list, I didn't think we'd see him as soon as we did. I certainly didn't think we'd get both Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing in the game. Although I think in retrospect maybe that was dumb. They are literally only have plants in common. Like
Yeah,
other than that, they're different every other single way.
I never once thought like they were going to be premiere skins for each other. I thought that was absurd, but yeah.
I still think that would have been funny, but yeah.
It is out there to put him in the game.
Yeah, I hear you, man. And we're all excited about Captain Cold. Do we want to talk about why we're excited about Captain Cold?
I'm excited about Captain Cold because I'm also excited about Sub-Zero, and I look forward to having 2 ice characters.
Yeah,
that makes sense, right? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, yeah, I am kind of a fanboy for ice characters, but Captain Cold, I was like, all right, let me see. You know, I've never really liked Captain Cold just because he always looked like Dr. Octopus to me. Because he has the glasses. It's just the glasses. Yeah. But, you know, in the trailer, he looked good. He's got the gun. He's using it well. He's got the Mega Man X ice platforms. He's got a really sick throw. And, like, I wasn't... It's a thing a lot of people expect. Like, the same thing you guys said about Ivy and Swamp Thing. Like, oh, he's just going to have, like, Sub-Zero moves. But... I was happy that it doesn't feel like Sub-Zero when we're seeing him do the thing. Even though I think I did see an ice puddle in there. It's like, come on, man. Stop.
Yeah, he does have an ice puddle as like he can launch off of it, but...
And I think really, he's even... Does he have one of those things, what do they call it in Mortal Kombat versus DC? Ice Nugget? Where he shoots it up in the air and like just like a block of ice falls on top of you?
Oh.
Yeah. That was a fun...
differently, but yeah, he does.
It's more like a solid ice block. Like, it looks much cleaner looking. It's more for controlling space than it is actual offense. I don't know how effective it is to drop that on bitches, but I think there's some option like that. It's mostly there to cover space, so you can charge up your shit. That's my understanding.
Seems like you can break it with like a projectile or some shit. I don't know.
I hope so, because if you can't, that's gonna be crazy. I know you can break it. I don't know how much it takes to break it though.
Yeah. So, Django, were you disappointed that Mr. Freeze wasn't in the game? Because
no.
3 ice characters?
I didn't want both of them in the game, Cold and Mr. Freeze. But Mr. Freeze, like, I'll always... It's going to be a running thing because it'll be forever true. I would love to see a sad stance. And it's not going to happen now. Actually, do we know... What was his trait?
It was the gun charge, right? You can charge up the gun and get different properties.
Yeah. Man, he had that weird, like, fucking area of effect circle or whatever that shit was. That was weird, but it was cool looking.
That would be sick. Yeah. I'm hoping that when you're Mr. Freeze as the premier skin, like, you can see, like, a silhouette of Nora inside that fucking artificial globe. Like, that would be tight.
That would be
sick, actually.
That would be... Man, that's the sad circle. Yeah, that's good. I want to see it. I want to hear that voice actor. I want to hear what they got for Mr. Freeze. It's going to be fun. No, this guy I think probably would be more fun than a Mr. Freeze type, but I'm really excited to see what else they're going to do with Premier Skins. I like the idea. And they fucking did the biggest cop-out with the one they showed, fucking Reverse Flash. Like,
yeah.
How come?
Well, because he looks like the Flash. Just different
Well,
colors.
also, they already revealed him, too. It wasn't even revealed. We saw him already, so... He was in the story mode trailer.
We all knew that Freeze was coming, and he was probably gonna be a premier skin after they announced Cold, but, like... At least Mr. Freeze, like, he's not gonna look like Cold.
Yeah.
Whereas Reverse Flash, like... He's...
I feel like
almost the exact same costume, just different colors.
Yeah. I feel like he should have had, like, glowing red eyes or something to differentiate, like, his face from regular Flashes.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like, I think he had shoulder pads. That was, like, the big, fuck it, I'm evil. Look at my fucking shoulders. They're epic. But, no, I really want to see some of the other ones. I want to see how some of them push it. Especially since they're doing that thing where we're probably going to see Dick get killed. I imagine there's a good chance he's going to be a premier skin for Robin, for Damian. But that could be wishful thinking, but it's like, there's been so many fucking Robins, I feel like that character's prime material for a premier skin type thing. But, regardless, Captain Cold looks cool.
Indeed.
Yeah, the design is what sold me. Yeah, he's a good looking dude.
Like, I want to hear that voice acting. Sorry, I keep going back to that. I want to hear Mr. Freeze's voice acting though. I want to hear Mr. Freeze's voice actor. I think that's gonna be fun.
Well, the Mr. Freeze voice, the one from the animated series, is no longer with us, right?
I think so. I think I remember hearing that somewhere.
The one from Arkham wasn't bad. They could use that guy.
Oh, it's been so long. I can't even remember, dude.
He didn't sound like, from what I remember, he didn't sound terribly different from the animated series. I think they definitely kind of wanted that direction.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. Harley Quinn, I finally saw her gameplay stuff like a year after they revealed it. She actually does look a lot of fun in this game. I actually really enjoyed her in the last
game. The dogs?
Game, so. Yeah, the dogs look fun, but just...
She's got the dogs now. She reminded me of like Orchid, the way that she used them.
Yeah.
She could like throw them out and like use them as like an assist type thing.
I can see that.
It could be fun. But then I saw like Catwoman. She had a similar thing with the fucking cat, but that might have been like a gear move or something.
I think that's an ability, yeah.
Okay.
That was confirmed.
And I mean, the Orchid thing is a cool idea because it looks cool. It's annoying, but she really needed some trait help, I thought, from the first game. Harley.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That thing was... No, come on, man. It's good. Yeah, fucking hot takes over here all day. Pretty good.
No, I'm glad that they're changing traits for characters that had really lackluster traits, like cyborgs, or can't think of another example.
Wonder Woman's another one too.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. That's good.
Wonder Woman lost her fucking stance. Yeah. I was a little bummed about that, but I like stance characters.
Yeah, Wonder Woman looks more interesting to me now than she did in the first game. I really like the buff idea for her trait. It's interesting. It might be shit, but
she did have the buffs.
Yeah. Like
what did she say? She said something whenever she did them that I remember thinking was funny.
I think she says like Greek gods or something.
Yeah, she does. Just like, I don't remember. Yeah, she does. Yeah. It's like a Kodal type situation or whatnot. It's cool. It's all good. It makes more sense, I guess.
Yeah, and she still retains some of those like stance moves. It's just she doesn't have to switch, which is nice. But yeah.
Who else was I gonna point out? I was gonna point out some other motherfucker.
I was going to ask if anyone was excited about the Joker being revealed on April 28th, 2017.
Couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting something different. I expect him to be another one that they changed.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely agree.
A fair amount. I'm curious to see to what extent. And I'm curious, like, this could, like, I mean, there has to be a last character they reveal. But I wonder if there's any particular reason why they wanted him to be the last one.
Other than like surprise factor, I'd say you're on the right track there. Like I think they're gonna do something different with him that we're not expecting, but maybe not. We'll have to see.
I mean, I have a hard time like imagining that he's gonna be that big of a surprise though. I mean, it's the Joker. Like him not being in the game would be like almost like Batman not being in the game.
Yeah, if they just reveal him as, it's the Joker, that's going to be really lame. Especially as the last character, but, yeah.
Well, I don't know, like, even though I think the league list was a bit of a tragedy, because it would have been cool to have been surprised by Swamp Thing or surprised by Captain Cold, or, although Captain Cold I guess we kind of saw coming, but, like, surprised by Cheetah. And the Joker...
She was a happy surprise, good lord. Man, that was
been worse received than
that was she definitely had to have been. I'm sorry, we're gonna go back, I promise.
No,
I think she really feels like the black sheep of this game.
Should have been Cersei, I think. Like
yeah, definitely. But I still appreciate Cheetah as a surprise, as like a refreshing left field character. She's not like another fucking God, I'm trying to find an example that's not going to piss anyone off. She's not like a Lex Luthor or anything. Like, she's not someone who has to be in the game. So in that sense, she is definitely refreshing. But you know who's not like that? The Joker. So that's why I'm glad we got the leak list, is because if I didn't know the final reveal was going to be the Joker, I would have been salty as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good call. Like,
you prepared us for disappointment.
I'm definitely happy that the roster leaked this time. I don't know. I just don't. I don't. That's the kind of hype I don't want anymore. I'm just whatever it is. I don't want to do it. Just fucking keep whatever else you want. Just fucking tell me what I'm going to be playing. That way I can decide whether or not I care about playing it. That's the biggest, and that's the reason why I'm not getting the fucking, Ultimate? Super season pass. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either.
That's not happening. And I'll buy someone once you give me a reason to buy someone. I ain't buying Alien twice or whatever the fuck. Yeah. Get out of here.
After what they did with
bought that shit. Yeah.
After what they did with MKX, I'm never gonna buy another like NRS season pass day one.
Even with MK9, I was like, Freddy, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So, but I still bought it because I got a discount, so I was like, why not?
That's fair. Yeah.
It was weird. I didn't buy it with MK9. I bought the Super Deluxe or whatever with cheese and sour cream version of MKX.
Oh man, I'm hungry.
And it was just like, fucking Borai Cho is cool, but 4 dudes? Chimo.
Yeah, that is weird. That is. And to be clear, because we have a listener, Kratos X23, who actually was saying that he really digs the show except for all the Joker hate. It's not so much that I even hate Joker. It's just the things I like about Joker don't translate into a fighting game. It's like if the Oracle was a playable character. The things I like about the Oracle don't necessarily translate into a fighting game. Just like
that's a good point.
Yeah,
I like both characters, and I definitely enjoyed the Joker from a comic perspective. From a literary perspective, the Joker's amazing. I just don't want to play as the Joker, I don't want to use the Joker as an alter ego. What's up, Redman?
He just doesn't fit a fighting game. None of his arsenal really, works, as we saw with Injustice 1.
I feel like even if he did, even if he had, I think Lex Luthor fits a fighting game, but I still don't want to play as him. I still don't think, even though he has the tools from a comic book perspective to be a fighting game character, the things I like about Lex Luthor just don't, a dude in a big suit is not what I like about Lex Luthor. So I would never want to play as that character.
That's the thing. Whenever Lex Luthor's in a fighting game, you're basically playing as Iron Man or Sentinel.
Yeah,
it's not
inside a Gundam.
It's not Lex Luthor, and that's kind of how I feel. That's how I feel about a bunch of characters. You said another one. Who was it? Joker? Oracle. Oracle is a fighting game character. That would be. That's the thing. I hate saying that people couldn't be a fighting game character, but I'll say that it's really fucking hard to make some characters a fighting game character. And Oracle is definitely on that list.
And shit, that would be fun. You can get beefed up wheelchairs.
Just have fucking so much shit that lots of hidden missile type shit with her. Joker, I feel like there is a character in there, a fighting game character you could get out of there, but it wasn't the one that was in Injustice 1. You need to do a little more with him, and that's my biggest fucking gripe about Scarecrow in this game. It's tough to turn Jonathan Crane into a fighting game character, which is why they didn't. I think that they could have, though. And that's what I really bummed about Scarecrow. They have the thing that I think is kind of a cop-out with him, doing the gas at the beginning of every fight. But that's not how Jonathan Crane has to fight people. It would be way more fun if, his gameplay was centered around you're playing as Jonathan Crane at the start, and you're all about, it's fucking get the poison. But every time you hit a dude with the poison, you get a little stronger, you start changing a little bit, and you have to keep on fucking poison throughout the fight. And there's a fighting game character in there, I think. But instead here, we got, a thing that isn't really Scarecrow, because this character doesn't have the strengths and weaknesses that the character in the lore has. So they kind of made him into a fighting game archetype that looks kind of like Scarecrow, but you're not really playing as Scarecrow, in my opinion.
I'm glad someone who's not me said it, because that's pretty much how I feel. But I've been so down and negative on Scarecrow that I've pretty much got everything I want to say out by now. At the very least, if they were going to do the Fear Gas Scarecrow, where it's not even really truly Scarecrow in my opinion, I wish they had come up with a design better than what we got. The base vanilla Scarecrow design still doesn't quite do it for me, but...
No, yeah, vanilla Scarecrow looks like a fucking... I mean, I've said it like a billion times, a million ways to say it. To me, it looks like Carnage and Clayface had a baby, or he looks like a turd monster. Like, it doesn't look good. He looks like a fucking... He looks like a sub-boss. He looks like a mini-boss or some shit. But like a lackey still, like a lackey boss. Which I could see him being used as such in the story mode, which has super relevance here. But no, man, yeah, I think it's a missed opportunity with that guy. It would have been fucking sick. Like, you land a poison attack with, like, an injection or gas, and, like, his fucking arm changes to, like, a big scary fucking thing that he can hit you with now, and his range increases, like a Martian Manhunter type thing. I think there's some fun shit you could have done there. It would have been cool, but, you know, what are you gonna do, man?
I agree. It's not that there's anything intrinsically wrong with the character design. It's just, it's not really what I want from Scarecrow. Jonathan Crane is a fucking psychiatrist in essence. So if he's not a psychiatrist in the fighting game, is it really still Jonathan Crane?
No.
Because you're right. That design, I don't think Scarecrow when I look at this. I think of like fucking Jack Skellington after listening to Screamo. Like, this is not fucking like... It's not bad. I know, like, they were actually saying on another cast they weren't a fan of the feathers. I think the feathers are, like, the coolest part. That's the only time it feels like something that's not generic to me, you know?
They didn't like the feathers?
No, Shadowloo and Cyborg did not like the feathers. I don't know if Fraser did either.
Why do people feel differently about things than I do? This makes things so much more difficult for me. Don't you understand?
Well,
no, yeah, I like those things too. It's you know, what are you gonna do?
Well, as someone who doesn't have as much as an attachment to the character as you guys do, I thought he looked amazing, to me at least. I think he looks really exciting, and I love the sickle. I think it's really sick. But
okay.
Like I said, I don't really know the character that much, but I really like what I was seeing at least. And I agree on the vanilla design. I don't really care for that, but I love his gear. So
yeah, well, you were saying you particularly liked the Plague Doctor, right?
Yeah, the Plague Doctor set is amazing.
Yeah, Bloodborne Scarecrow looks pretty fucking sick. It looks good. It doesn't, but again, it doesn't look like Scarecrow anymore. Like, but it looks good. Whatever the fuck that is, that's big, sick, scary monster. It looks cool, and I'm gonna try it out. I'm taking it for a spin, but like it's a little bit of a bummer to me. Like whenever he does look super cool, and that's a character I want to play as, the less it becomes Jonathan Crane Scarecrow in my brain.
Yeah, I can see that.
But hey, look, this brings up a great point. I have a lot of things that I like about this game. I say a lot of shit. I talk a lot of shit, and I have a lot of critiques. Scarecrow, there are things I like. I'm interested in the sickle. I like characters with long whippy type things. You may have heard this about me. I'm a fan. So when I saw that hook chain whatever thing he has, you know, I'm interested. I'm gonna give it a shot. I like that shit. I heard something about a full screen overhead, I think, on his thing. I'm known to like those. Those are good. I'm gonna play them. I heard that. I don't remember the fucking input, sir.
I guess it is. I know. It actually makes sense now because I guess he definitely has a full screen load with the trait, but I guess all 4.3s are overheads, right?
I think someone said the full screen overhead, which is why I noted it. But maybe I messed it up. I hope I'm not messing it up.
I may have misspoke.
I don't know.
4.3 is not full screen. It's like kind of mid screen. I think it's slightly outside of mid screen. And his trait is mid actually.
Oh, it's mid. Okay. Did not know that. I thought you had a whole down block. That's actually a lot. That's not nearly as bad as I thought about it then.
Yeah. Can you jump it?
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can.
I need to watch that stream again. Obviously, I'm on top of my information here.
Well, like, despite our problems with Scarecrow, it's still a testament that we're even talking about him. I mean, fucking, who's the fuck's talking about Deadshot, right? Like, that's when you know a character has problems, is when they're not even a discussion point.
That's gonna be interesting if he turns out to be like super good, like he probably will, like Aaron Black. Everyone's gonna be fucking picking that guy because Sonic Fox. Oh man,
yeah,
he could ruin any of these characters. I just know it.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
No,
I think Deadshot's gonna be very popular online.
Yeah, I think so too. I might even try him. I kind of dig it. He had some cool shit in there, some fucking trigonometry or whatever he's doing over there, those angles.
I haven't liked the design, to be honest with you, but yeah.
No, I do too. I think I like some of the the cool dress up options I've seen for him. This game is gonna just fucking be. Let's all go to the closet and dress up our characters. They're gonna be in there for hours. Man, no, but yeah, I talk a lot of shit. Scarecrow, all this shit, but the things I critique the most are the things that I care about the most. That's why I'm bothering to critique them. You haven't heard me say shit about fucking Brainiac or Firestorm, and you can probably assume why. It's okay. Look, sorry, I'm not a big Firestorm fan. His head looks funny to me. He reminds me of the Mega Man game.
That's kind of why That's kind of why I was looking forward to Captain Cold, to be honest with you. But
well, okay. See, but I'm also not a Fire. Hey man, yeah. When I see him, I just think like he's kind of like Cinder, but nowhere near as cool. Just aesthetically and the stuff that he's doing. He's got some Cindery type moves too.
Yeah. For sure, and I think I feel bad because I was saying earlier that some characters are barely even a discussion point. It's like we were all bitching about Aquaman's face, and then after they fixed it, it's like the character doesn't even exist anymore. It's like once we couldn't talk about the face anymore, it's like he's not even there. Like I
have never bitched about his face, and I am really just aghast that you guys were. That's crazy. He's Aquaman. He's gorgeous.
Oh man.
I feel like
they still haven't updated the render, but what's up?
I feel like people have PTSD on Injustice 1 Aquaman, and they just aren't ready for it again.
I'm so ready for it. I can't wait. But this game is like so devoid of staff tier characters. He's like the only one now, maybe. I can't think of any more. I think he might be.
Staff character.
I can't wait to hear that ting 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 all day again. It's gonna be good. These renders, that's a good fucking call. This is old Superman. You see that guy? He's not in this game anymore. They changed the shit out of that guy.
Yeah, it's renders.
And Batman,
yeah.
Batman looks so fucking ugly in that render on there. That's crazy that made it out of the fucking shop.
It's weird because like Scarecrow's and Captain Cold's renders are fantastic, but like most of their Dr. Fate's as well. But most of the rest are kind of shit. But
fucking Batman looks like one of his ears are like fucking crooked, like he's been played with by a dumb kid or some shit. It's fucking action figure melting, or man, I can't believe that. I didn't like the way he looked in the first Injustice either, though. So.
Yeah, no, it was awful.
I've seen some gear that makes him look okay, but hopefully that's like, why can't you guys make a fucking decent looking Batman? It's fucking just giving it Batliner. Stupid.
Yeah,
what else are we talking about?
I was going to say Atrocitus. The render would look good if the design wasn't just that. Like, that's... oh my gosh.
Atrocitus is so interesting. It's like... I can't tell how I feel about his design. Like, it's not super... anything really, but but maybe someone who's that pissed wouldn't give a fuck. So... if like that's your only goal is just be as pissed as you possibly can, you're probably not like, ooh, I like these shoes. Just different priorities. But if people that care are upset, then that's all that matters.
Yeah. I think even people who don't care are upset because he looks so fucking weird. He looks like his whole body is leaking. Like, it just doesn't look right to me, dude.
He's feeling shit, man. We haven't seen much at all of Brainiac, and he looks. There's no way to make him look cool.
Screenshot we saw, I thought he looked pretty badass.
He looks like fucking green Xavier with Dr. Octopus shit on his back.
Yeah, it's great.
Weird to me.
Yeah, it actually sounds amazing.
Okay, well, all right. See, I like it.
But the render, however, looks like ass. The
render's awful.
Yeah, he looks pretty fat right there.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not a Brainiac fan. That's what it comes down to. Sometimes I have a bias. Doctor Strange here, who's not Doctor Strange, he's Dr. Fate. You know, he's kind of on that list too. He's alright, but sometimes he weirds me out. I can't believe he's not a doctor. Man. I was like, why is he Dr. Fate though? Like, who named him that? Is it the helmet? Is the helmet a doctor? Maybe the helmet itself is a doctor. See, well, I got questions.
Well, he's officially not a doctor. Like, Harley Quinn blew him up in the comics for not being a doctor. Like, he has no degree, he has no PhD or doctorate.
But the helmet's what gives him his powers, right?
Yes.
So if the helmet was a doctor...
I mean, the helmet's basically like a god that kind of controls him.
It's probably like a Doctor Who type thing. It's just like... He's not a doctor, we just call him doctor because it's cool... Or it was cool 40 years ago, 50 years ago. We thought it was cheeky. Yeah. It's okay. I'm not talking shit about Doctor Who. I would never... No one blow me up for that, please. Doctor Who fans are passionate. I don't know if you guys know that.
I've never watched it. I've heard really good things from other people who are not.
I've never seen it.
You know what that show reminds me of? It makes me feel like... It reminds me of Mortal Kombat. It's like... Mortal Kombat story. It's like, there could be something cool here. This isn't it. This isn't cool, but... There could be something cool if somebody wanted to push in that direction, but they never do. When are we going to see Darkseid?
That's what I'm wondering.
Ooh, yeah. What the
fuck? Because I plan on playing that dude, and I need to see him.
I really hope that he's not like Goro, where it's just very lackluster. I hope he's actually something to be reckoned with. Like, I hope he's interesting, but, you know.
I mean, he better be. I mean, he's Darkseid.
Yeah, he's fucking Darkseid.
You gotta, like... Yeah. I hope
he's
the original
like Zoner hybrid. Yeah.
12 feet tall or some shit. Like, I wonder which direction they're going to go with him. I like big Darkseid.
I wouldn't mind seeing him like big, but I also wouldn't mind seeing him like kind of Bane size, where he's kind of middle ground. Big, but not as big as like Grodd.
Yeah, fucking Grodd. Grodd's all right. I actually agree with Razor. I don't care for his voice actor. I remember Razor saying something about that, and I was like, yeah, I think you're right. And then I just want to see him fight Beast. I don't know why. That seems like a fun fight.
I mean, anyone could fight Beast. Would be pretty awesome.
That would be pretty sick.
And I don't know, like, you know, he's like, yeah, Grodd's got the telepathy and some shit, but it's like, if anyone has some strats to deal with telepathy, it should be Beast. He's always around Professor Xavier.
Well, you know, I feel like they downplayed the telepathy in his moveset. I don't think making the telepathy trait intensive was the way to go, but that's where we're at.
I feel like he should have had like a few traitless moves where he has the telepathy, but as we've seen with the super, he barely fucking uses it there either.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer.
This game's super like dynamism, if I can make up that word, is fucking crazy, because we've all seen the Flash super, and everybody likes it. Yeah. It's home run. Everybody loves that shit. And you watch Damien's super. Oh boy, like,
I thought his super was okay. I didn't mind it.
You like Damien's super?
No, I thought it was okay.
Okay, all right. Yeah. That's, you know, there's just some big disparity with some of the supers in this game.
Did you like Damien's super, or?
I did not like Damien's super.
I don't remember Damien's super. Hold on, let me YouTube this.
That's a good reaction. That's apt, because he just hits you with a sword a few times and throws a robin ring at you or whatever.
He has anime lines while he's doing it.
Oh yeah, he runs at you with the anime lines for a second. But it's like, you know, when fucking Flash is doing the Flash shit, Batman has a pretty cool one too. Even though it's only cool because they did the Tim Burton thing, the Batman one. Yeah. But it's still pretty cool.
I didn't expect the best super in the game to be for a returning character. I expected it to be for a new character, but I like Swamp Things a lot. I think his is really good.
Swamp Things is good. Yeah, Swamp Things is good. I don't get Firestorms. Does he take you to the Netherrealm or some shit?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
I keep like, this fucking Netherrealm keeps popping up in this game. You got it in fucking Atrocitus is super too.
Yeah, like, I don't know shit about Firestorm, but he literally just flies by you and then, like, Netherrealm appears. It's like, what? Like, I have no idea what's going on. Yeah.
It's the same thing with Captain Cold. Like, he jumps and all of a sudden it's
This is done well, though.
You're in a winter wonderland, but it kind of works for him differently though, because he's, you know, he's cornbally and okay, and it whatever, and he's, you know, sliding on the Iceman ramps.
He doesn't like teleport you anywhere, like to a different place. It's just all like this frozen, like, land around him. Yeah.
You could definitely tell that, like, they were like, man, we gotta, like, sky's the limit. We gotta ratchet these things up, even if the transition is a little jarring. I like Bane's. Bane's has a good one.
Yeah, Bane's is okay. I preferred the Injustice one super, I think. I like the
same here.
I like the use of the super better. I like that's like I don't know if it's unblockable, but I think it's a low. But I like that it's full screen. That makes his super a lot better. I think that's going to be a big part of his game now. But aesthetic wise, like, I don't really care for it that much.
What does he do? And then he
like stomps.
He hits you with some wrestling moves. That's all I can remember.
He flies basically.
Yeah, he flies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Man, I love that about. I love that they gave him wrestling moves like way more now, because, come on, man.
He's like that.
He's a luchador. He's a crazy, huge, crazy wrestler. Don't make him punch people in the face and shit. He can punch people, but come on.
I love his Zangief poses in his windows.
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
It's great. That's what's fun too. Like, I like his voice actor in this game and what they're doing with his voice. I like him just waxing poetically. Is it?
Yeah.
I like him just talking and shit about the philosophy of men's souls, and then he just chokeslams you, or he drops the elbow on you. It's good. It's good.
No, Bane's pretty sick. I was very impressed with Bane. Yeah.
He was. He definitely got a good revision. When's Darkseid? I'm so pissed. Sorry.
Yeah,
I just keep looking at this roster.
It is kind of disappointing that we don't know anything about the pre-order bonus yet. That's kind of dumb.
It's exactly what they did for MKX, and it is very disappointing. Like,
yeah, sure.
I'm definitely gonna play Darkseid, but it kind of depends on his design and honestly his gameplay too. But he's up there in my top 5 or so that I want to try. Because it's Darkseid. I really wanted Darkseid in the game, so I am glad he's in the game. But I wish he was just on the base roster. I don't like pre-order bonuses.
I don't know what they're going to do with gear for Darkseid, because you can't really take any of that shit off, because he's not really Darkseid anymore. Like, I don't think he is, at least, so...
Yeah, I think he's got to keep, like, some form of a helmet on, like, at all times. Some form of, like, headgear. But...
Yeah, well, they gave Swamp Thing antlers, because what else are you going to do with Swamp Thing, so...
Yeah, that was in his New 52. I've always hated those. Like, I hate all the bark. I really despise all of Swamp Thing's gear so far. It looks awful to me.
Interesting. Well, you definitely made a good point about the new supers being much worse. Like, you're right, all the returning characters have great supers, and all the new characters have, for the most part, not very good supers, with a few exceptions.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
I'm trying to remember if any of them, like, Dr. Fates is... People like Dr. Fates, I remember.
This is okay.
It's good. Yeah, it's not bad.
I didn't care for it. But again, like, he just, he sucks you into his chest, and he's mini and you are one. We get it.
He could have done more with it. I wish he, like, transported them to, like, the Tower of Fate or something, throw them around there or some shit like that. Just kind of lackluster. But
even Scarecrow's is pretty good. Dr. Cold's is okay. It's not bad.
What is Scarecrow's again?
He opens up the portal to beer gas, I guess, and then drags you in. And
yeah, I didn't like it because he opens up the portal to fucking Arkham games. Like, we saw him do the same shit in all the Arkham games. I wish he could have done something a little bit different. It also kind of bugs me that he doesn't really do lip syncing to what he's saying.
Yeah, it's just he doesn't even like move his like.
It's like, I get it because he's not actually like that or whatever. Yeah. But since we never get to see what he is actually like when he's fighting, it's another thing that's sad for me about Scarecrow. Black Adam's super looks good. His new one.
Oh yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't like how like. He just throws them. Well, I do like how he throws them, but they kind of launch through a portal. I kind of preferred his Injustice 1 super better. I think it's still pretty good.
Well, maybe when I see it in full motion, maybe I'll I'll come around. But right now, I still need more data. Although it doesn't look, I like the idea with the pyramids and stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that he still has his Injustice 1 orb thingies.
Yeah, his traits.
I was glad to see those. I was kind of worried that he was gonna lose that, and that shit, like, it was kind of weird, like, when I heard about it, but when you see it working, it's like, this is a good fighting game tool.
Yeah, I really liked his trait. It was pretty good.
It's good.
It's very good, like, in matches. Like, it's so good to kill someone with. It's just, like,
it's
guaranteed
fucking... as a fighting game mechanic, like a tool, it was really, really, really good. And I hadn't... It's interesting, too. It's interesting that it doesn't put you in any kind of stun. It's very, super useful. Have we seen him? Have we seen them play as him on a streamer? Or?
No,
a
not
little
yet.
bit. Not a breakdown, but I think we saw him against. We saw his gear against Firestorm, right?
Yeah, they were showing off Firestorm's like effects and talking about that, and they chose Black Adam against him. But I think they only really showed his like super.
I don't know.
Yes.
I think I missed that actually. I didn't see.
That's right. I remember that. Yeah,
I
was
so shitty.
I was really wanting to see if he still has the dive kick, but we didn't see it. So
he's gotta have the dive kick. It's, like,
I mean, yeah, one would think, one hopes, because that dive kick.
It's an essential part.
He made some money off that dive kick in Injustice 1.
Yeah, I get some sick capital out of that thing.
Yeah,
I don't think Chris G knew other moves, but what's up?
Yeah, I'm curious to see how Black Adam actually changes, if they'll give him any of Shazam's moves, or if they're just going to go completely, like, straight Black Adam. Because how would you feel about that, Temp, if they gave him Shazam's move? I don't know if you've answered that.
It wouldn't bother me, but not for the reasons you think. It actually would be more of a slight against Black Adam than it would be against Shazam. I don't necessarily want Shazam as premier skin. I'm okay with him seeing this one out, just so he can come back with, like, full valor in the next game. But I like Black Adam's gameplay. It wasn't for me, but I thought it was really interesting in the first Injustice. Like, I was going to learn that character before I quit. Like, I think, I got bodied by one Scorpion too many, and I said, fuck this game. But I think had I not just kind of walked away, he was the next character I was going to learn. I really thought he was an interesting character. Good tools, good zoning, awesome combo construction.
Great idle pose. You can't downplay, you can't overstate the importance of a good idle pose. And Black Adam's was sick. Batman's was shit. It was the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. And now it's only marginal better, but except now he just looks like he's in a fucking bar fight.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how Batman fucking does anything. He looks like a fucking scrub, but Black Adam, good idle pose.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, is there what else is happening with this game? I think we covered everything we know about Injustice 2.
Everything we want to cover. I mean, it's just I want to play it.
Yeah, I'm fucking sick of this shit. I'm ready to play this. Can't believe they're late, man. They always release in April. What the fuck?
Yeah, it sucks knowing like this maybe could have been avoided. Like, I think someone mentioned that it might have been to do with the voice actor strike, that they had to delay a month or something like that. But
yeah, I heard that. That's I mean, it could be. It is weird because they are usually pretty consistent.
That might be why Robert Englund is the voice of Scarecrow, because the voice actor community is a very tight knit group. So they're like, fuck it, we don't need someone from the voice actor community. So they just call him Robert fucking Englund.
It's Steve Bloom and fucking, what is his name? The Deadpool guy.
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker, yeah.
No. Troy Baker is the other one that I was gonna say. Fuck. Who's the guy? Come on, he's the dude that does everybody. Who is it? There he is. Yes, yeah. Yes. Uncharted. That motherfucker. You got those three, and then you got the girl who's fucking Bubbles and Harley Quinn now. Those guys are everybody in every video game.
Tara Strong, yeah.
Tara Strong, there she is. Yeah, it's a tight knit group right there. All right, they're all over the place. I haven't heard Steve Bloom in this game yet. I wonder.
I do not like it.
I wonder where he is.
He's a Green Lantern, isn't he?
He is. You're right. I fucking remember that. That's stupid.
I typically like Bloom and everything, really.
I do too. I don't like him for Hal.
I think even for Hal he's okay, but we'll go on. See more.
Say more words.
It just sounds like Steve Bloom to me. Like there's no variation there. It's literally just Sub-Zero.
Okay.
Like I don't.
That's
what I like about it.
I think he was a great pick for Sub-Zero. I really dug it.
Oh yeah, great pick.
I never want another voice actor for Kuai Liang. He did a fucking sick job. And then when he's wearing the mask, you get that kind of Bane effect. It was sick.
I agree. It was very good.
But Hal, though, like... Hal is not like Sub-Zero, like, just character-wise. He's... You know, and he went through some shit. He should be dead, let's be honest. Like, no good guys died in that last game.
Shazam. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he died in a big way. Lex Luthor also died.
That was weird though because he was part of the regime when he died.
Yeah.
So it's like he was bad, and he was like, "Wait a minute, are we being bad?" Boom. So, I mean, he was still kind of a bad guy in the story of that game until he realized it. Then he died.
Yeah, I mean Lex Luthor, he was about as insurgency as you could possibly get, though, and he died hardcore.
Did he? I don't remember that.
That's actually one of the best scenes. I actually like Lex Luthor is like the best part of story mode in Justice.
He really is. Yeah, he is
so good.
I remember him being good. Harley was good too. There was another fucker. Oh yeah, and then Green Arrow died before shit even started, and yet here he is. And Joker. You can't get rid of either of these motherfuckers.
I don't really like the Green Arrow stuff. I mean, I'm glad he's back. I think he should be back. But I don't like the story rationalization, where it just kind of grows to me. I talked about this in the comic reviews, but the idea of fucking Black Canary's husband dying and Dr. Fate being like, "Here, I made you a new one," that's just kind of fucked up to me. I don't know why, but that doesn't work for me at all.
It is like an alternate universe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really Green Arrow. I mean, it's a different Green Arrow, but it's still metaphysically a different entity altogether. It's not like don't worry, Black Canary, you can have sex with a stranger now. No, it doesn't work. It's weird to me, but I don't know.
I think it's weird how they portray them as being so compatible when they literally just met. Like, I don't think either one of them would be fully okay with that like they were.
Wait a minute, I fucked up. None of the bad guys died in Injustice. Right?
Yes, I think you're correct. Yeah.
Yeah, because like Yellow Lantern in that game didn't die. Superman hella didn't die. Wonder Woman didn't die. Hades didn't die. Flash didn't die. Yeah, I think it was just good guys that fucking got axed. So, unless I'm forgetting somebody. I mean, Joker died at the beginning, but I mean...
I can't remember. None's ringing a bell.
No, I think it was just, I mean, the whole Injustice universe started with the fucking Kato's fatality on Joker.
Yeah.
He's the inciting incident, but
which I'm sure we'll see again in this game.
Yeah, we probably will. I mean, we already saw it in one of the trailers. Like they're playing their greatest hits on their second album. I wish that I think Hal should have died. I wish Hal was dead. I hate him. But it feels like he should die for the story, not just because I hate him. Or Cyborg, he could have died. That would have been cool.
Yeah, Cyborg should have died.
I feel like one good casualty was needed on the bad guy's side.
Just make it Grundy. Who gives a shit?
Well, that's kind of the thing. Like, this probably was who they're just like, well, we lost Grundy. I mean, he was never alive to begin with. Come on, man.
Yeah, he'll just come back. Yeah.
Jesus
if they're gonna kill a villain, they should have killed Sinestro.
Yeah, Sinestro could have.
Like even though
Yes.
Well, I was gonna say, even though like Cyborg is like the most boring thing on the planet when it comes to Injustice 1, I think him dying would have just felt really random. It's like Hawkgirl dying; it doesn't really accomplish anything. Like Sinestro.
Fuck Hawkgirl.
Dude, I love Hawkgirl in that game. Oh my god!
Oh my god, she fucking no. Fuck that. She sucked. I hated fighting that chick. Fuck that.
She was very annoying.
Oh, she was super annoying. People love spamming that one shit, and it was annoying how often it worked. That was dumb. Wonder Woman, I wish she would have died, but of course they can't kill Wonder Woman.
Well, I think if we're looking at characters who deserve to die, and me and Cyborg disagree on this, but I think, like, Cyborg thinks Hal is irredeemable. I think Wonder Woman is 10 times more irredeemable.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's...
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Woman's so manipulative.
Yeah, there's no question that Wonder Woman, in my opinion, is way, way worse in story mode than Hal. I still think Hal should have died, but I mostly think that because you can't kill Wonder Woman. She's one of the three. You can't kill them.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Cyborg dying, like, if we're talking about characters who should have died, like, really Hawkgirl and Cyborg should have died, because Hal was just, like, a coward. That's why he was there. He was afraid of Superman and didn't want to stand up to him. He basically got into that situation because he was an idiot and he believed everything Sinestro told him.
Yeah.
So he's actually sympathetic.
He was manipulated as well, yeah.
Exactly, and by the time he realized the jig was up, like, he was already Yellow Lantern working for, like, a dictator who would beat his ass if he did anything contrary. So that is not true of Cyborg. That is not true of Hawkgirl, and that is not true of Raven. Those characters should have actually died because they were bona fide evil. Like, why was Raven doing anything? Why was Hawkgirl... Hawkgirl was just like a monster. Like, she had no defined motivation other than pro-regime. And Cyborg, they kind of backpedal in the comics, but in the game, he's, like, unapologetically regime. Like, just to the end. So those characters are hard to redeem. And Cyborg did some bad shit in year 5 of the comics, too. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but he did something that kind of, you know, he created a point of no return for the regime that I'm not going to spoil anything. But anyway, so those characters, those three I mentioned, they should have died. Hal, I don't think should have died because you could rationalize him coming back to the side of reason. I don't think you can do that with Cyborg or Raven or Hawkgirl.
I mean, I would like Hal to die because I don't like him. There's other Green Lanterns that I would like to see in this game be like the Green Lantern for this game. But no, like any of those characters, like you said, yeah, at least one of them should have died. There was like no deaths on that side. It felt like it seemed weird because on the good guy's side, you know, lots of people die. Green Arrow died before the thing started. Fucking Dick Hella died and it was fucked up. Like, come on, man.
Well, the comic kind of made it in a way where it's hard to bring any other Green Lantern into the story at this point. Like, Kyle Rayner could basically fit into a briefcase after what he does. So, that was fucked up. Like, I'd love to talk to Razor about that now that we've read all the comics.
Most of the Green Lanterns are fucking dead.
Yeah, I don't think there's any major Green Lanterns still doing things.
Which is a good point. Like, I also wish NetherRealm was like, you know, maybe they make a new character. Or maybe they take another character and move them into a position that never would have happened otherwise to better put their stamp on this Injustice universe. That is theirs now. Like, this is their shit. And it's not bad. They got some okay shit going here. I wish they could push it a little more creatively and originally. I would love to see a new character. It won't happen, but I would like to see one.
Dude, give Fujin a fucking lantern ring. We're done.
Gee, don't stop! Don't.
It's a Warrior Shrine tradition, man.
Yeah, I didn't even see it coming either, man. That was.
Nice.
I thought, there's no reason for me to really be salty about Fujin not being in this game, but you just gave me one. Man, they really should though. They should they should make a new character, and I miss Fujin. They should put a new character in the game. They won't. I don't know why they won't, but they won't.
I don't know if I agree. I feel like if they're making a DC
You don't want a new character?
Not in Injustice, no. Like, not like a brand new character. Like, I don't want them to make something up. It's got to be someone from comics.
It's interesting. I mean, like, I get that feeling, like, because that's my knee-jerk reaction, my gut feeling too. But then again, I'm like, why does this have to be any different than the rules that apply to Mortal Kombat? Like,
I feel like there's such a history with DC and the comics in general. I feel like that'd be such a kind of like a cop out.
I mean, there is, and that's a big deal, but that's another problem. That's a different problem or different discussion. But like, you have to keep pushing them. You have to keep doing new shit. Otherwise, it is just regurgitating the same stuff for fuck. In people like Batman's years, he was 1939 maybe he was created. I think that's when he first popped up. Like, and so especially with this, like a pocket universe that's kind of they put their own stamp on. It's pretty unique among the other ones in a lot of ways. Like, just push it, do something, continue to make it unique instead of just Dictator Superman, which I like. I like Dictator Superman.
I'm getting pretty bored of Dictator Superman at this point.
I don't want him to keep being the big bad. That would be shitty. But it's hard. It's really hard for me to like him whenever he's on the good guy side, because it's like, why hasn't he ended this already? Most problems, you have to kind of dumb down the story whenever he's around. This is a different... Why are you guys talking about lore so much? This is fucked up.
Yeah, Superman, I don't know. I don't think he'll be completely evil this time, but, yeah, as far as, like, what he does, I think he's fucking irredeemable at this point. I think he's
definitely irredeemable. He fucking sent Red Robin to the negative zone. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But he seems to be a little bit in the middle here, because it's like, it feels like an enemy of my enemy is my friend or whatever.
They're trying to pass him off as like, I think they're gonna try and like group together everyone in like one final showdown against like fucking Brainiac or something.
Against Brainiac. But then there's also the Society. They might, I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be fun. Did Tim die? Is he dead?
Yeah, I think his internet might have gone.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize I was still on mute. My bad.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, Superman. I don't know about that character, because I was okay with playing him in the last game when he was like traditional vanilla Superman. I don't want to play as Dick Superman. I like him in the story. I think he's good for the story mode in the comics. I don't want to fucking play as Dick Superman though. It's kind of like the Joker thing, It's not Superman anymore. It's something else at that point.
Did you want to play as good guy Superman?
Kinda, yeah. I kind of like cheesy good guy Superman.
Can you kind of do that in the first game when like you could choose the Dictator costume and it would kind of change, like, yeah.
Yeah, the first game had both universes in there.
Yeah.
You had the good guy and the bad guy one, so this game doesn't seem to have that so much.
Yeah, it seems like it's completely
except when it's absolutely convenient, like Green Arrow.
Yeah, Green Arrow's kind of...
And probably Joker. Like, what? That dude...
I mean, Scarecrow should be dead as fuck, too, but he's not. Like, he died in the very first issue, but maybe they'll explain that. But what were you saying?
I don't even remember now.
About Joker?
Oh, yeah, they gotta bring him back, too, somehow.
Yeah.
Because he died very quickly, to say the least. He's the inciting incident. And Dick... why don't you bring Dick back? Yeah, he's dead, but so are these other motherfuckers. I'm salty about Dick all the time. Was there anything else that we need to cover? Salty Dick, you're right. What else is there? Is there anything?
I think that's pretty much everything. I guess we all got our day one mains. I don't even think we need to say that. You're going to be probably day one Robin and Captain Cold. I'm going to be day one Blue Beetle, Grodd, and we'll fucking see what happens after that. And you're going to be Redman's. You're going to be day one Swamp Thing, and anyone else to mention? You're Dr. Fate.
Yeah. And maybe Darkseid, depending on how he plays. And I also have an eye out for Grodd, but I'm more looking forward to Swamp Thing and Fate at this point.
Real quick, how do both of you guys feel like if you had to like pick one roster over the other? Which game has the better roster?
Oh man,
are we including DLC?
Yeah, good. If Scorpion like tips the scale for you.
Well, that's a big deal because you got Martian Manhunter and Zatanna in there. But go on.
I was gonna say Martian Manhunter and Lobo. I loved playing both of those. I think Lobo's one of the funnest characters Interest has ever made. He was so much fun, at least after he got buffed. And Martian was just a broken piece of shit, but he was so much fun. I would have loved to see him back. Overall, though, I'd probably still say Injustice 2. For me, at least.
Interesting.
It's about the same, to be honest with you, man. Like, both these rosters are B pluses to me. They both have the same problems. Like, they both have like an integral 2 or 3 characters that I really wanted. I guess I gotta pick Injustice 1 just because you have Shazam and Raven. Those 2 characters are both such a big deal to me. Maybe not even in terms of, like, Raven is a lore thing, but Shazam is not. Shazam, from a gameplay perspective, was Injustice 1 to me, to my own surprise. So I guess the jobbers are better. Like, the B-list in this game is so much better than the B-list in the other game. But, like, Sinestro, Raven, Zatanna, that's a big fucking deal. I was really disappointed to find out she wasn't going to be in this one. Martian Manhunter not being back again is fucked up. I guess I'm just barely leaning towards Injustice 1, but they're both okay in their own respects. They're very different, but they're B+ in their own different ways, you know?
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm biased as fuck as well. Like, if I didn't have Fate and Swamp Thing, I doubt I would care nearly as much for the Injustice 2 roster, but, yeah.
Yeah, it's... I think it is interesting because they both do, like, at the end of the day, it feels like 6 of one, half dozen the other. They both have strengths, they both have weaknesses. I still have to go with Injustice 1, though, personally, because of there's, like, no Teen Titans in this game, and it bums me out. I'm a huge Teen Titan fanboy, and Shazam. I love Shazam. And this game has none of that shit, so...
I think they're gonna be there for DLC. At least the Titans.
I hope so. I would, probably not Superboy. I think Ed Boon has said that he doesn't want to put Superboy in the game, and I get it, I guess, since you have Superman and her, but Superboy would play a lot differently, because he can't do all the shits. But, you know, there's other Teen Titans that are needed and should be here, because Teen Titans are pretty cool. I'm a big fan. Fucking Raven. Yeah,
that was a surprise that she wasn't in. Fucking Cyborg on her.
Well, yeah, but you know why he's in there. Like,
yeah.
Jim Lee is like, fucking put him in the game and everything. I am looking forward to seeing if Sub-Zero does make it in. I'm hyped for that. And I'm hyped to see if Jim Lee does his design like he did for Scorpion. That'll be fun.
That would be cool. Are you actually going to use Sub?
Yes. If Sub-Zero makes it in this game, he's going to be who I'm most hyped for.
What about you, Tim? Are you going to use him?
I probably not. Like, I feel like I've already used up all my character budget. Like, reasonably, I would say for any fighting game, about 7 or 8 characters is the most characters I can learn and actually be competent with. Even MK9, I don't think I had more than about 6 or 7 characters I could use competently. Everyone else I kind of dabbled in, so probably not. Especially after just coming off of 2 years of playing Sub-Zero and MKX almost exclusively until the very end, so yeah, probably not. He'd have to be like hella badass looking, but yeah.
I hope he is. I'm curious about that. I'd like to see the gear they would have to give him, and
the gear, yeah.
There'd be a lot of fun shit with seeing Sub-Zero.
Shredder Sub.
And Shredder Sub. You have to see Shredder
salty,
Sub.
Honestly,
you would have to have Shredder Sub. That would be sick. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the deal, though. There's no character I can really, like, I feel like I can... Yeah, I can't marry any of these characters in this game. Like, I'm the biggest Robin fanboy in the world, but if it is just Damian, then he's a bitch. I can't, I'm not going to feel great when I win with him, because it's like, fuck, Damian just won. I hate that dude. And, Captain Cold is awesome, but, it's like, I'm liking him. He's cool. He's like my new homie, but we'll see. And Scarecrow's alright. I'll still play some Blue Beetle because, fuck, I already learned him. And he's not, but Sub-Zero would be the first guy that it's like, alright, 100%, boom, back in there.
Okay. That's fair.
It'd be fun. I'm interested to see those. I think they said they're going to announce 3, maybe, of the DLCs before the game comes out.
I think that's likely, yeah. Because it's like there's 9 characters. I would assume they would release them in packs of 3. They're not going to drop them all at once. That would be...
and I think the first level deluxe edition, whatever that's called, not the one that's not the vanilla one, it comes with 3 DLCs. It comes with 3 DLC characters.
It's such a shitty deal compared to the Ultimate Edition, because it's like $80 for 3 characters, but you could just pay $20 more. You get like 9. It's ridiculous.
It's whatever. And the 9 has more premiere skins and all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see who those first 3 is going to be. Probably going to be a lot of guests.
I think Cyborg had the idea that there would be like one guest character per 3, which I would agree with. I think that's a
I mean,
good
yeah, if history says anything, that's going to be what they're going to do.
probably, yeah.
Spawn
Rorschach.
and no Marvel characters. That's the thing, man. Like the DLC you really want, the guest character you really want, they can't do it. Fucking if Deadpool was in this game, Chimo. That'd be sick.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man, yeah, like anyone. Fucking, I don't care. Any Marvel character would just be awesome. But
Omega
you
Red.
know, that's the. Hey,
Omega
I
Red.
love Omega Red. I would play the shit
That's
out
why
of
I
Omega
said
Red.
it.
Dude, he's got whips, but his have electricity. It's tight. I like that guy. And he's Russian.
Is he? Huh.
Well, he has an
I didn't know
accent, so I have to assume he is. But no, I think he is. I think that's right.
Okay.
In Soviet Russia, like, he whips you. I don't know. Something like that. Alright. I think that's everything. I think that was the most comprehensive discussion anyone's ever had of Injustice 2.
Possibly.
Pretty comprehensive.
Ever. It's fucking weird to see that Italian guy playing Black Adam now, but that's cool.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at that render right now. Let's fix that. Let's go back to Captain Cold. Actually, let's go back to Poison Ivy.
Just look back to anyone. Like, that's such a weird change. It's like, you're going to change someone. You're going to make a difference because you already established how he looks in this universe for the first game. And you're going to make the change, and you make him look Italian instead of anything remotely resembling Egyptian. It's interesting.
Looks like a different fucking person, like, completely. There's no trait that connects Injustice 2 Black Adam to Injustice 1. It's awful.
It's, maybe, I don't know, maybe he'll look different in the game.
Yeah, I still want to play him, but that really bothers me.
He's got some cool stages.
Yeah, his contact stage is so sick.
It looks really good. The stages in general, I've seen a lot of good ones. I'm looking forward to seeing more. One of them they showed in that last stream, I think, looked really, really good. I have no idea what it was, but it looked cool.
I like all of them except for Gotham. I think that's a really shitty stage. It's so dark. Can't see shit.
Yeah, that one wasn't. Both the ones in the beta weren't awesome for me. I really like the transition for the Metropolis one when they fly through the bricks because that's just funny. But
yeah.
Besides that, like those two are both kind of they're all right. But these other ones, they're looking sick. Fucking Superman beating on the glass back there in the Magneto prison is hilarious. No one gives a fuck about that shit. He's just going at it. And the contact shade, all that shit. It looks good.
I love Gorilla City too. Looks really good to me.
That's good. That swamp looks good too. That swamp looks sick.
Yeah, the swamp.
And Arkham might be cool. Whatever. Okay, that's good. We've done enough. Listen, people. Tim's not even here anymore. He just fucking.
I don't remember half the stages you guys listen. Unfortunately, like
really?
I don't really have an eye for that shit. Honestly, like in the trailers, I don't. Like in the breakdowns, it's a little easier for me. But I'm not a very visual dude. I guess that's why I like the render so much because they fucking stand still and let me look at them. I'm not. I'm more of an abstract kind of guy. So the stages are kind of like out of sight, out of mind for me. But I believe you guys. If you say they look good, I trust y'all.
Still look okay. Better than Injustice 1.
Yeah, definitely. You got some surprises in store then for you when you get the game, which is for the best because I hope there's a lot of shit in this game that's gonna get me hype.
I hope it's not like MKX where they pretty much show the entire game before launch. It doesn't look to be that way because it seems like there's still a lot of stuff that has yet to be seen.
Yeah, I don't think they will. They mentioned a couple of online modes, like that one. Where like, it's King of the Hill. They also have the one where like you just stay. Like if you start the room, like you can just fight people, but you're always at the top, so people are always fighting you, which is good for streamers and shit.
Yeah.
So that's fun. That's a good creative idea, and they haven't said anything about the kind of new mechanics necessarily for story mode and whatever the thing replacing Star Labs is going to be.
Fuck.
Those things were shit.
Yeah, Star
Labs were really bad.
I'm glad that they're rethinking that idea.
Hope to God they are.
They are. I think they said as much. Like they didn't go into detail, but they're like, yeah, it's
like a multiverse mode.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, now it is officially, that was the most comprehensive conversation he's ever had about Injustice 2. There's nothing that could be in this you couldn't know about this game that we didn't just cover. It's gonna be sick, sorta. Hopefully. I don't. Temp, how should I end this? I need help.
I don't know. This is hard.
All right, listen.
Good shit.
Yeah, good shit.
Hey, you know what? That's good. That's good. Good shit. And you know what? Take care of yourselves and each other. Fucking Jerry Springer shit. Bye, people. Say bye,
Peace.
guys.
See ya.
Bye.